My name is Jonathan Geraldez, and my partner is Nicholas Liu. The game that we chose is called Fortnite Battle Royale, which is designed by the company Epic Games. It is available to be played on the PS4, Xbox One, computer, and now recently on mobile. It is a multiplayer game that is designed with animated humans, environment, and weapons. It has a campaign mode, Save the World, which can only be played by purchasing the content in the free multiplayer game mode called Battle Royale. Battle Royale is a famous game mode which can be found in other games as well. It is a video game genre which combines scavenging, exploration, and survival aspects to remain the last man standing. To start out, before I enter a game, my character is in the lobby where I can view in-game challenges, customize the character, purchase items from the shop, and view in-game statistics. In this gameplay, I am playing duos with a friend. In Battle Royale, there are usually only 3 game modes that can be played. Solos, which is player versus player. Duos is pairing up with a friend against other players with their partner. And squads, which is a group of 4 against other groups of 4 people. However, sometimes there are special events, which are the game mode Blitz. This game mode is just like a regular game, but it makes the game progress quicker for shorter playtime and faster paced action. I will discuss the in-game aspects later. This game, in my opinion, has achieved perfect MDA framework in which the balance between rules and aesthetics allow for the players to fully appreciate this genre. The game can be described as a ludus type of play with a specific set of rules. However, it provides player agency in the sense that the ludus aspect of the game does not restrict free will. I believe the combination of rules that dictate the game and the creative animated aspect allows for an unrestricted atmosphere in which puts this game in the pinnacle of its genre. To support my claim, Fortnite Battle Royale is currently the most popular game, and not just in the Battle Royale genre. Gaming communities and streaming websites such as Twitch contains many Fortnite streamers. The famous rappers Drake and Travis Scott not too long ago was playing with one of the most viewed Fortnite streamers called Ninja. The stream broke Twitch's record for the number of viewers in one stream with 600,000 people watching. This skyrocketed the game and its genre. In the game, there is a maximum of 100 players per match, and we start out in the area called Player Island. The game starts as soon as this area has around 100 players. It acts as a waiting lobby. In this area, players can interact with each other through behavior rules by dancing emotes that can be purchased or unlocked by playing the game. This place acts as a social interaction like a chat room pre-game, and players cannot die or be harmed in this area. The game starts when we are on the flying bus. This bus travels across the actual battle island. This island acts as the battleground where players can drop wherever they choose to on the map. This island has 18 marked locations, which are considered as the major settlements in the game with the most loot. These are areas that are usually highly populated. However, some players decide to drop in unmarked areas, just like what we did in this gameplay. As you can see, this island is where the rules of the game apply, and it is surrounded by water, which acts as the boundaries. The island can be regarded as a magic circle. In a sense, this is where the game takes place. The map has what the players call the storm, which is basically a shrinking magic circle. The circle is an area that requires players to move into the area so the players meet. In other words, it makes the map smaller so the players will locate one another, thus causing them to engage and kill each other. There is a timer that gives the players a time limit to move into the circle until it starts to close in. If the players fail to move into it, they will start taking damage from the storm. This aspect adds in another external conflict of person versus nature, which encourages players to be self-aware of the storm. The players drop in areas where we think there is the most loot with the least amount of enemies, thus using the logic of low risk, high reward. The game is simple. The goal is to kill as many players as possible to win the game by remaining the last one standing. The health bar is located on the top left of the screen, and the top right, the minimap is found, along with the time left until a circle closes in, the amount of players left in the game, and the amount of kills I have. Now, the operative actions of the game takes place, which is basically what the players do to play the game. As soon as we land, we try to find weapons and armor to protect ourselves, along with resources. When I broke the roof of the house, I acquired wood, which can be used to build ramps or walls, as you will see later in the video. An example of armor is the blue slurp juice that I found on the roof, which grants me shield. Throughout the whole game, the objective is to find other players and eliminate them and taking their loot, which is basically their resources, ammo, and weapons. You are probably wondering why I dropped the shield. I did so because, as an implicit rule of the game, my friend had lower health than me, so he needed the shield more than I did. The game has many behavior rules that are strictly followed, but is not a spoken or written rule. An example of these could be giving each other more ammo if the partner runs out, or giving them health kits, such as the one I have just mentioned. Another example is the rule my partner and I made up regarding weapons. He is more skilled with a sniper rifle, and I am more useful with a grenade launcher. Those weapons are given to each other if we find them in the game, even if it is not an enforced and proper rule. Building ramps to drop down from the mountainside is one of the many great wonders of this game. The building aspect of Fortnite allows the player to be as creative as possible. And this is an example of a resultant action in the game. The buildings can be used to build and protect ourselves. Doing so allows us to travel to places and shields us from oncoming attacks. These buildings can be edited to create small windows or even create a door. As you will see later on in the video, I get creative with my buildings for combat purposes or just to have some fun. You may notice that me and my partner are jumping constantly as we travel across the island, but this is so that we are aware of our surroundings in the case that there may be people following us, and this is also to protect ourselves from snipers or people trying to shoot at us. A moving target is harder to hit. This is a great example of a resultant action. Breaking trees or other objects on the map gives us the resources wood, brick, or steel, ranging from weakest material to the strongest. The weapons in the game have a ranking system similar to the resources. The power and rarity of the weapons are color-coded from white, green, blue, purple, and gold, ranked weakest to strongest, but also increasing in rarity. Gold is a legendary weapon which is rarely found in the game. Weapons are usually found in houses and chests. Chests spawn weapons randomly, thus giving every player an equal chance to get lucky and obtain powerful weapons. Each player has 5 slots in their inventory, which can be found on the bottom right of the screen. It is up to the player's discretion what type of weapons they would like to use. As the game continues, the more skillful and experienced players are more likely to be the ones remaining, as the weaker players are usually eliminated early in the game. The stronger the opponents, our chances of dying increases. During the game mode of duos, when the health bar runs out due to various reasons, such as falling off a high elevation or being killed, the player gets knocked, which puts them in a state where they can only crawl around and wait for their partner to revive them. The operative actions of the game have been pretty much summed up, but to summarize, the players need to collect loot, shoot enemies, jump, build, and revive teammates when they have been knocked. As I have mentioned earlier, the more experienced players are the ones who are left remaining in the late game. This could be attributed to the skills needed to play this game. To excel and be the last people remaining in this game, all 3 of the skills are needed: physical, mental, and social. Physical skills are required to use a controller, keyboard, or cell phone, and it is important to be coordinated to press the correct buttons. Mental skills are critical in a sense of understanding the intense and high-pressure circumstances and making the right decisions under these situations. Lastly, social skills are required for coordinating attacks with teammates and predicting the opponent's next move. Combining these skills allow for players to exceed in this game and eventually win. Winning gives players a complete flow state feeling, which causes them to keep playing. Another factor is the intrinsic motivation of the players and the competition aspect of this game. Players enjoy competing to prove who is more superior, which makes it their incentive to play. As I have mentioned earlier, chests spawn weapons with a randomizing device, which provides items based on luck. There are also random supply drops late in the game, which drops crates full of items that are usually harder to find from chests. Just like chests, the drop also contain randomized items. Combining the skill and chance aspect creates a perfect synergy to allow a balance in the game.
In terms of the business model, Fortnite is considered a freemium game as it is free, but people can add to their gamer experience through microtransactions. These microtransactions act as a source of revenue for the game, as it allows people to use hard currency to purchase in-game currency known as V-Bucks in Fortnite. Buying V-Bucks do not affect the fundamental game mechanics of the game, however. Fortnite follows the pay-to-entertain model by allowing players to use V-Bucks to buy custom outfits for the players, adding skins, or adding dance moves, to name a few. The company cycles the outfits to make them feel more exclusive for the people wanting to buy them. It makes people feel more inclined to buy it right away, as they know that it could disappear at any time. V-Bucks also allow the player to buy additional battle passes, which allow them to collect rewards faster. The distribution model is another reason for the success of Fortnite. Fortnite is offered on multiple gaming platforms such as the PS4, the Xbox One, Microsoft Windows, Macintosh computers, and are more recently on mobile as well. This allows the game developers to reach out to a variety of consumers, as it is likely that people who have an interest in the game will have one of those systems. For the product strategy, it targets people from the age range of a young teen to young adult. The developers made the game so addicting by implementing the lose by a little, win by a lot strategy. This means that when a person loses, they lose by a small hair, which makes them think that they have a good shot at winning next time. On the other hand, when players win, they generally win by a lot, which makes them feel that they are on some sort of winning streak, and that will make them continue playing as well. The developers also listen to what its audience wants in new updates of the game. They consider consumer feedback very important to them. Personally, I like knowing that the game I support also supports its consumers as well. The low system requirements play into the product strategy of Fortnite, as a person relaxing at home can play on their console, or a person transiting on the bus or on the SkyTrain can play on their phone, and a person at school or sitting down at a coffee shop could play on their laptop. The fact that Fortnite is so accessible, free to play, and encourages players to buy in-game currency is what makes Fortnite's business model so successful.
Getting back into the game. The less people remaining, the more the pressure increases. Most players build forts in the late game to protect themselves, and it has proven to be very useful. The lucky and experienced players tend to hide and evade the stronger teams and hope to get a lucky kill to win the game. Winning in Fortnite Battle Royale is an accomplishment that most players perceive as a great achievement. When all the remaining players have been eliminated, the game displays a message that portrays number 1 Victory Royale. This is a sign of great happiness and relief from the stressful and high-tension situation. After this message is displayed, the players have a couple of seconds to celebrate doing whatever they wish to do.